Oh, it's the smoke out, the smoke, and we ain't talking about Schmeats. Pause. But yeah, we're back here off a little tough week for the show, at least. I think we got reverse swept for the show, which was unfortunate. But one of our plays got canceled from last week, Vegas 93 here. The Van versus Ulanbekov fight was called off. It seemed like Ulanbekov didn't make. He missed weight 3.5 pounds, something like that.
He was
and then they pulled
fragile.
out. So, yeah, man. But we'll just go over our results real quick. It wasn't something dope, but we took some shots on some dogs here. But Nesto and me both went 0-3 for the show.
Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get through it. Let's see. First one, the one you got out was the main event here. Perez plus 165. He was doing all right at the beginning. Looked like some good stuff, and then an injury essentially happened on his knee. But I was just thinking about that too, though. The whole time that the Asian kid was hanging on him, I was just like, how would he do this where he jerks it? And I could tell these knees are looking shaky right now, bro. But I didn't think it was just going to happen like that. So it's like, do you think the Asian kid is really living up to the hype, or was that just a freak accident? Or, how do you feel about that?
No, I mean, he's good. He just did his game. Like, that's what happens when you're wrapping somebody's leg and they fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever he did, that's just like a little technique. But
some Asian techniques.
Because it's Japanese fighters. So
Yeah.
that's how much they are. If you used to watch Pride, like a lot of the little ones are like that. And he's like super like Japanese jiu-jitsu'd out. So he got the win, but you could argue he was losing that fight for sure. First round could have went to Perez, but then he ended up winning. But if you put him against like another grappler, it's gonna be all bad. Like if he fights like what's
Chase
that guy's
Hooper?
name? Nah, Figueroa or some shit like Figueroa. I think Figgy will smoke him.
Yeah, even Figgy at 125. Yeah, like because his hands, the Asian kid's hands weren't as good as Perez's, right? And we already knew that going in.
Oh yeah, it's 125, huh?
Yeah, but Figgy was at 125, and even at 125.
So see, imagine if that Asian cat fought Henry Cejudo. Oh no, Cejudo's at 135 now too. Damn, who's at 125?
We got no one. We got damn. I would say, do we even have Kai Kara France? He went to 135, right?
Yeah, I guess it's a Moakev at 125 or 130. Damn, 125 is like falling off again. Now that there's no Moreno, it's just like fuck, cool.
Yeah, and grown ass dudes. Honestly, though, a grown man at 125 is crazy. I know they don't wear that during the fight, but to be 125 like that is crazy, bro.
For real.
I don't remember last time I was 125. I was probably like first grade, second grade.
Yeah, that's like a lot, even in like first grade or some shit, right?
That is a lot. Yeah, no, I'm saying I was a fat kid for sure, but I'm just, it's just like that idea is just mind blowing,
Yeah.
But yeah, like moving on here, we also got the other one. You got the early one wrong with Nurbekinov or whatever. What's his name? Shaolong Nurgenbekov or something.
Oh yeah, the cool hat guy.
Yeah, he was plus 165. He was looking good actually starting out.
He was looking like he was gonna take the fight, but then he got tapped. So
yeah, he got caught up, and it's kind of a comeback. It was early in the fight, but still, it was close starting out. He looked like he had some power strikes. Looked real dangerous. His wrestling was real good. That was the part where he was dominating even in the wrestling part, and somehow he got submitted. So disappointing there. And then the what was the last one? The parlay here was Asu Amabayev, who won, and Miles Johns, who won. And, the Ikram fight got moved to save the pay-per-view. So he didn't fight. That fight got canceled. They didn't care about Mackenzie Dern's boyfriend at all. They're just like, yeah, your fight's done, so you're not even here anymore. And then the one we got wrong together was Kwamba. Man, that kid
he was getting rocked. I shouldn't even bet on that fool.
Yeah, he was getting walked. I was trying to catch him thinking that, he's a young prospect. He's going to come back from his past, poor performance. But, yeah, bad choice there because he was the favorite too. But, yeah, that killed your parlay. And that killed one of my best bets at minus 190, which was a big L because you have a favorite there. And then my other one was Andrade, De Silva de Andrade. Yeah, plus 115. he also was getting dominated a little bit. I mean, he always puts up a fight, but he lost the fight.
Yeah.
And then you got Carly Judas, who's an underdog against Gabriela Fernandez. And Judas was looking good in the late rounds. I mean, she was getting pieced up in the beginning because Fernandez is swole and was throwing some heat. But then Judas had the volume advantage, which I kind of was, handicapping into my decision. And she was putting up a fight near the end of the second, then all the third. She won the third. So it was a split decision, but, she lost. I didn't think it was a robbery or anything. So it is what it is. You take a shot on the dog a lot of times. That's what's going to happen with the dog. So, but I would do it again. No lie. I thought she was value there. But anyhow, moving on to the next card here. We're taking it to the Saudi Arabia, meeting Aladdin and them. So we got this interesting card. Do you think that it's like a warm up to the pay per view that is being saved? That was supposed to be super dope. So I don't know, but let me share the
this is hella. This card's low key weak after what happened. The main event got taken off. Supposed to be Khamzat Chimaev, but who knows what's up with that guy? He was violently ill allegedly, and then they're saying he had food poisoning. So Islam Aliskerov is stepping up. A lot of people never heard of him. Good fact about him: his only loss is Khamzat, like you brought up last week. Also, Khamzat, he couldn't even take him down in their fight, but he ended up sleeping him. And
this is like they said. This is like possibly comes out light. Diet comes out a little bit just to give people a little taste.
Yeah, man. I know the Saudi Arabia is probably pissed off because, they've been killing it with boxing over there, and they wanted to have like a stat card for the UFC here, so they probably pissed off that they don't have the headline of Khamzat no more because he's big. He's hella big in that region.
Yeah. Oh, brother, what's that, brother?
Brother, even though this card isn't too bad, though.
I think this card is not better than the pay per view. Excuse me, but I think it's like for a card that you can watch for free. It's better than paying buku bucks. But the news on the word on the street is shout outs to the boy Tommy Toons World and Fun Sean. They out there. They said the tickets are going down on the resale because people are trying to get rid of them because Connor's not there. So it's a lot more regular UFC price now. Still expensive. Like you're looking at at least a few $100, $300, $400, $500. But compared to over $1,000, what it was. Then for Connor. But me, I'm off the Connor train. He probably not gonna fight ever again anyway. So other than boxing, maybe. But he's done with MMA.
He won't. The UFC is gonna lock him in, and if they ain't gonna let him do no special shit unless he fight out his contract.
Yeah, and people talk about, let's reschedule it for the Sphere, and it's like, bruh, you guys gonna jack it up more?
He wanted that fight. He was like, remember, he was lobbying for that like a while ago. He said he wanted Nate Diaz number 3 in the Sphere.
Yeah, that would have been ching ching
for real.
But yeah, and we'll talk about it too. But there's another fight. I think the co-main event is incredible as well. It's kind of underrated with Palpovich and Volkov. So good ass matchup there. But let's start from the bottom here. We're gonna go through probably this one pretty quickly here. It's a Yellow Excellence fight. Both guys from Road to Asia or whatever. Road to the UFC, the Asian edition. We got Long Xiao against Chang Ho Lee at 135 here. Both Chinese fighters. Sorry, I lied. One's Chinese. I'm pretty sure the other one's Korean. No racial. But yeah, we got 26-8 prospect, 26-year-old 4-fight win streak. Never been submitted before, and mostly wins by decision here. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch like a lot of his fights here and his opponents. So the level of opponents are, in my opinion, not up to par on the type of level you're going to see, obviously, in the UFC now. But he does have a name that a lot of people know. Contender Series fight here back in 2021. He fought Christian Quinones and lost by decision. So he can hang. Quinones, we know, is a typical Mexican fighter that has a lot of durability and will stay in the fight, right? So if he can hang with that guy, that's going to be props to him. Then we got the South Korean here, Chang Ho Lee, 9-1. 30 years old, 3-fight win streak. Never been finished in any way before. And only has his one loss by decision, but on the regional scene. So that is a little sketch. Once again, same thing. I don't know who he's fought. Like, I haven't even got a chance to really watch any of his past fights here, so I have to go back. But I just looked at the odds to begin with because that's how I really look at things more importantly. And of course, they got it at a damn near pickups right now. And so it sounds like the books think the same type of thing. But do you have anything on this fighter? The difference between these two Asian guys?
That's racist. Nah, I don't even know none of these fools. Let me see. Go to the pictures.
Oh yeah, they're brothers. This is the Korean guy, 9-1. But as far as the market, what I'll tell you is that it looks like Chang Ho Lee opened up as a bigger favorite, about
He
minus
looks
140, 150.
he looks
And
more
now he's
ripped.
at pick'ems. So,
Yeah, he looks more ripped. I'm gonna have to go with Korea.
yeah. I actually liked him too, especially you're kind of getting him at a cheaper price because I think this is where the line probably should be closer to pick'ems. I can see why a lot of people like what's his name, the other guy, the Chinese guy. He has way more fights under his belt. He's been in Contender Series like long ago or a couple of years ago, and he's had more like just like
He
premium
looks
fights.
ready
But he is
too.
younger. Yeah, he looks serious. So I think the line's where it's supposed to be. I'm probably not going to bet this one.
Yeah.
But if I had to, I just think the value might be on Lee now that he's a lot cheaper than he was before, just purely on that. Moving forward, we
This fight's
got
canceled.
Cedricus. Oh, it
Canceled.
is?
Canceled. Yeah.
Wow. They just announced it today or what?
He
Yesterday?
just tweeted like a few hours ago. If you could pull up his Twitter,
Let's see
he
here.
said he couldn't.
Hell,
something
I'm gonna pull
about
up the dumbass Twitter
like Visa or some shit like that.
because he's a criminal or what?
That's what people. That's what other people are commenting too. It's fucked up.
Cedricus Dumas Twitter. Let's see here. The Reaper Instagram. Did he put it on Instagram too? Oh no, I see Twitter.
It's just Twitter.
Or like the rich call it X.
Yeah, that's whack.
Yeah, everyone's gonna keep calling it Twitter. Oh, I don't even see here, but I'm gonna find him. Damn, the UFC didn't even tag him, bro, in one of their posts that had him in it. They just said his name.
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
the shout out what's his name? I forgot. I seen it shout out to Die Hard MMA. He posted like official pick for Cedricus, and then Cedricus posted, "Sorry to my fans and teams. The fight has been
Oh, here we
postponed because of VA and flight reasons. Stay tuned. We should have a soon date available."
Fuck, dude. I also bet on him at minus 145.
Nah, yeah, he would for sure one of the best bets this week.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just like if I got burned by him again because I did lose with him multiple times in the last few fights, and let's we won't go over it, but until he fights again. But yeah, I've been burned a couple of times, right? Because he's been disappointing. He talking about, oh, I was smoking weed and my friend put the concentrates or whatever in there without telling me, and he was talking about all that shit. It's like, bro, it is what it is. 100% true. It's like, you fucked up. All right, get your ass beat, especially in your line of work. Moving forward, we got Magomed Gaziasulov against Brenson Ribeiro. This one's a tough one too, man. These guys are some obscure guys, but they're gonna have a lot of Middle Eastern fighters.
Man, what country is that?
This is Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Very rare, right? 8-0, 6-2, bro. 15-fight win streak from Dagestan, Russia. Even though he's Bahrainian. But yeah,
Bahrain.
he's never obviously lost. He was from the Contender Series, and he also fought in Eagle FC as well for one fight. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. The only person I know of him fighting is Jose Medina. I haven't seen any of the other guys. But at the same time, it's kind of like the level of people he's fighting also might be sketchy. You feel me? On these a lot of regional scene guys.
He going to have that extra power, though, fighting in front of his peoples.
In the Middle East. Then you got the Gorilla, Brenton Ribeiro, 15-6. One fight losing streak. He's still young though, 27. He's a finisher. He's never won a fight by decision, only by either knockout or sub. He just most recently lost to Ming Yang Zhang. If you remember that dope ass fight, but he did get finished in the first round at UFC 298. So, but before that, he won in Contender Series against Bruno Lopez. So he's lost in the regional scene. I feel like when you're a big power puncher trying to go all out, that's what he is from what I've seen. You're going to either kill or be killed. Like, you Michael Chandler. So, I see why there's some people, because I'll tell you the odds right now. Ribeiro's plus 250 and Magomed is minus 310. So I see why someone would be interested.
What's
In
the
just a dog
tail?
shot.
What's like the tail of the tape?
Oh yeah, you want their sizes? Pause. Comparison. Tail of the tape, bro. There's some weight, some height, some reach. You got Roberto,
30.
major reach here. Inch taller at the 205 weight.
He's
And
He's
I mean, I'm going to
27.
go out on a limb and say one dude's going to wrestle.
Yeah.
And the other dude's just a knockout artist and a finisher. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm tempted to sprinkle a little bit on this dog, just on price alone. I feel like they're gonna tax the guy, that you're taking the Middle Eastern guy at home who's undefeated. But Ribeiro, he's already had his debut. He's gone through the ringer with Ming Zhang, who's a knockout guy too. So it's like here, he has a chance. I mean, he could get fucking crotch sniffed the whole time and just get it over with. But I feel like he has a chance and he's gonna be live. So at plus 275, 300. Yeah, I might put the value on that side. Plus 250 now. See what he is by knockout.
Yeah, I have to go. We're going with the Bahraini.
Hey, it's not bad here. Ribeiro by knockout is plus 800. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And I would also look at for me, maybe Ribeiro inside the distance at plus 500 because I think that's the only way he can win. He's not outpointing dude. That's not even in the realm of possibilities. I think. Moving forward again, we got more ethnicities here. Muin Gafarov, and then against Kun Ho King. Your boy Muin, 18-6, 28 years old, 2-fight losing streak, crazy sideburns. Knockout finisher type of guy. Never been knocked out before. So he's durable, but he's lost his last 2 fights to Syed Nurmagomedov and John Castaneda. And then before that, he was in the LFA. So, and he also lost in the Contender Series by split decision. That's why his name's really. Yeah, I mean, he's fought some good guys, but you got Kun Ho Kang here, Mr. Perfect, 19-10, 36 years old.
Keong. No, I was just saying his name. Keong Ho Kang. His last fight is against who?
Was against John Castaneda, who he also lost to. So common opponent. And then before that, he lost to Christian Quinones by rear naked choke in the first, or he won, sorry. And then he also won by decision against Baccarel Dana. So, and then lost to Ronnie Yaya before that, but went to decision. So I'll be honest, he's going to be in the fight at all times. He should be the underdog. I believe he is. Let me double check on that. Yeah. Oh, no. Hopefully they didn't cancel. Okay. Yeah, Gafarov's minus 142, 140-ish. Kuno King's plus 120. I mean, it's hard for me to put my money on a 36-year-old guy away, Asian. Unless I'm getting plus 200-300 on it. So I guess for the sake of it, I'm going with the guy Gafarov here at minus 140. Just on odds wise, I think that's going to be the value player. I think he's better by that much. But Kuno King's always in the fight usually.
Yeah,
that's the one scary thing.
I'm gonna roll with Korea again.
Korea.
Well, I don't think. Roll with the K-pop.
K-pop. What are you gonna name his band?
The Perfects.
Random
the Perfects. The P's.
Tight Perfects.
Oh, it's a close one right here.
Oh, this is a banger, bro. We got Renat Fakradinov, 22-2, 32 years old, but 9-fight win streak. Never been finished. Only lost by decision, and he finishes people as well. His last fight, he actually was a draw, majority decision draw against Zaleski. I remember that was a banger fight. And I think both guys had their chance to finish each other, and they just kept rallying against it and just thugged it out. Then he beat Kevin Lee by quick finish. Brian Battle, Michaelitis. I mean, that's not such a big win, but that was his first fight in the UFC. So, he's the real deal. He's your typical Russian, Dagestani, I believe. I could be wrong. Where is he from? Moscow, Russia. No racial. But Russian, you know what I'm saying? So, it's hard not to think that he's going to easily win, but I think the price is overhyped, and I'll tell you why. And I could be falling for the trap here, but Fakardinov is minus 325 and Dalby's plus 275. So you got this guy here, 23-4. The red flag though, and why he's such a big dog. He's 39 years old. He doesn't look it for a white dude. Good for him. But 4-fight win streak though, upsetting people. He's never been finished. That's also something we got going for him. That means he's live at some point. And look he upset Gabriel Bonfim. And you remember he was a plus 450 dog. Big upset. He beat Muslim Salikov. He was underdog, plus 160. Warley Alves, he was underdog, plus 110. Beat him too. Last person he lost to was Tim Means. So, and keep in mind, when he lost to Tim Means, I believe he still didn't fix his nose and breathing. And he's known for, people think he's gas, but he's actually not. It's like a breathing technique that he really be doing. And now he's kind of mastered it and gotten certain nasal surgeries that have helped him with his cardio and stuff. So, man, I'll tell you this, bro. I'm taking that stab. Dalby plus 275 right now. I think it's worth me taking this stab on it at those odds. I think Dalby's going to be more live than people give him credit for, as always, including myself. I didn't think he was in it in a lot of these upsets he did. So I'm riding with it, man. I'm going with Dalby.
No, I feel it. He's been doing a lot of upsets, but I think this is where the cash train ends against this Ruski. The Russians ain't, especially the Russian dude's only 32, and he's for real. So I feel like it's gonna be a good 3-5 fight. But I think Fakardinov will take the dub.
Yeah, let me see the total too. The over 2.5 is minus 215. I think they're gonna go probably over. If you like Fakardinov, I think. What do you think? Decision? What's that right here? Yeah, it's the most likely outcome at minus 120. But I mean, that's a lot better than minus 325. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good look if you're trying to bring Fakardinov down as well. And then over as a parlay piece. For those that get access to the ones where you could pick either 2.5 or 1.5 rounds at different odds, maybe a parlay piece at over 1.5 rounds could be cool as well. So those are the looks I'm going to be looking at. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got another old versus, more a little young guy they're pushing. Nazareth Hasparat. He's also from the Middle East here. He's Afghanistan, 16-5, 28 years old only, bro. So he's kind of gone through the improvements and, the losses and now kind of swinging back up. Knockout guy. He has no submissions. He beat Jamie Marlarkey by knockout real quick. Landon Quinones by decision. John Medesi. I mean, he's only lost to decent people. Bobby Green, Dan Hooker, Drew Dober. I'll let you go first, but who do you like in this?
Nah, yeah. That's funny. He's fighting on the same card as Kelvin Gastelum, but Jared Flash Gordon, he's been on a little tear too. He's getting older, but you can kind of say he's getting better. But I think just Nazareth is going to be a little too fast for him on this fight.
Yeah, I know what you mean by he's older, for sure. He's 35. I mean, he looks older. I feel like in MMA age, he's even more old. He's 40 plus.
Well, the thing is, he's also a former addict too, a bad drug addict. He's OD'd hella times and shit like that. So he's, he got that zombie strength in there. But I just think, Nazareth, the youth he's gonna be a little too faster for him.
Yeah, man, he's from the Middle East, so it'd be not as big of a travel for him to get there, and he's used to the environment.
He's from Morocco too, though.
I think that's the other guy. There is a guy from Morocco that looks like him too, right?
No, I don't know.
You're probably right. There's him, Gastelum, that looks similar, and there's one more guy. Fuck, who am I thinking of? We'll have to remember. There is another guy, I think.
But yeah, he is Afghani though, for sure. I know that, like you said.
But here's one thing I was looking at Jared Gordon here. And the odds are also huge. Same situation here. And I'll take a look here. Gordon is plus 210 right now. Hasparat minus 245. Look at this.
See? Go ahead.
Mark Madsen's the last guy he Jared Gordon beat and finished. Who's a wrestler, doesn't have hands like that. But the no contest with Bobby Green, whatever. We got Paddy Pimblett here. If you remember, that's the one where a lot.
That's the one he got played.
Exactly. It seemed pretty obvious that he probably won the fight, and somehow Patty pulled it out. I remember a lot of people parlays were at risk
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
Patty.
I was at that fight and I was like, damn, I lost. Like my shit got burnt. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of that was like what 2 years ago now. See, that's one thing. It's like the inactivity. He's only had 2 fights since then.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
But
not
then
young, so
against the guy, the Mark, what's his name?
Mark Madsen.
Yeah, he looked great against him, but that's because Mark Madsen is just like super one dimensional and
Yeah, like
also
super wrestle.
old too.
Older
So
than
like
him. Mark Madsen's like almost 40, right? Like 38, 39, 40.
yeah, around that age. So that's why I feel like the youth for Hazard is gonna help him. Also like the speed because does think Jared Gordon he is hella slow out there. Like he was getting his ass kicked by Bobby Green, but then the headbutt thing happened or whatever. So
Hmm. Yeah. For me, I mean, kind of square dog. Gordon plus 210. I think he's like Hasperat is the better guy, should be the rightful favorite. But he also has disappointed before. So this is kind of like to me, kind of this like situation where if you can't get over Jared Gordon though in the Middle East, then Dana White's probably going to look at you a certain way. So it's a must win for Hasperat. Whereas Jared Gordon's career is already, it is what it is, right? Like even if he retired, I don't think anyone would be tripping. They're going to see him for what he has done already for the company. So I see that. But for me, I might take a stab on this Gordon, small stab here on Jared Gordon. Next up, we got who we got here. Pronounce all these goddamn names here. Shara Magomedov against Jolton Luderbach. Shara, that the bullet here, the new undefeated, maybe sensation. The next big thing, yeah, one glass eye or something. But he's 30 years old, 17 fight win streak. Obviously, he's never been finished and he's undefeated. And he's mostly a knockout guy. He just comes swinging, but he does get gas, as we've seen in the Bruno Silva, where it went 3 rounds.
that was his first fight too, though.
Exactly. And then Jordan Lutterbuck is 38-10, bro.
God damn.
Has a lot of experience, but let me see here. He's all around, fighter. But look at the things he's been doing lately. It's been boxing, kickboxing, karate. When's the last time he had the MMA fight? At Brave FC back in 2023.
Well, that's better for the
But
Russian
he's a
guy.
striker.
Because that's
Yeah,
the
but
thing.
he's a striker.
The Dagestanian dude, his takedown is terrible. He's the only
Yeah, do you think they're
Dagestanian
gonna need to?
with no grappling. Nah, not like not now. You just said that he's been only fighting in like stand up. So as I said, they kind of made this perfect for the one eye guy.
Like a setup for him. Here's the odds here. Magomedov's minus 235 right now. Joel Luderbach is plus 200. Man, I don't know what it is with this card. And obviously, not all the dogs are going to be winning, but I think there's value on Luderbach, bro. I think he's going to be able to at least be live in the contest. I know he doesn't have the advantage, but he does have some experience.
It does, but like 38-10, but has never fought in the UFC. Like at least look at this guy compared to what's his name's last fight against Bruno Silva. That's like a way better, Like Bruno Silva's at least fought like the who's who.
Oh yeah, no. As far as who's the favorite, Magomedov should be the favorite for sure. He's the hype. He's the undefeated guy. This is kind of like a setup for him to, build him up because they need to build him up. For me, I just think minus 235. I'm not laying that with Shara. That's all it is. Like for me, what I saw last fight, unless he's proved, I'm like, he should be like a minus 180 maybe.
Yeah, well, it's because the other guy, you don't know what you're getting. Like you said, he was fighting in kickboxing and karate, and then he's 38-10, has never fought in the UFC. He's like, yo, where are you doing all these weak mid fights at? You know what I'm saying? When this guy, his first fight into the UFC is against like, a game opponent like fucking Bruno Silva.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Bruno Silva fight Didn't Bruno Silva fight Poetan?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's fought. They pretty much sacrificed this man to everybody, bro. He fought Pereira. That was like the start of his losing streak. Because if you remember, he was also like a touted prospect when he first started. I was hyped on him because he was just trying to knock fools out with the Wellington Turman, Sanchez, right? But you start realizing like these guys were all frauds.
Yeah, but that's what I'm just saying compared to that Luderbach who's fought and who hasn't fought like nobody like even up there like that. So
No,
what's
he
the guy?
hasn't fought.
What's the one-eyed guy knockout prop?
Let's see. Knockout would be the way to look, I would say, because I think the value be there. Yeah, knockout by plus 180. They're saying
See,
points is most likely, which I don't agree with.
yeah, I think knockout would be it, especially because like you said, the other guy's been doing stand up. It's gonna be a stand up, but who knows with these new gloves? No knockouts.
Yeah, that's another thing that I'm cautious about, and I'm realizing. We were talking about that. It's like, bro, the under overs are getting fucked too because, and like the props are getting fucked because like these fools are not finishing each other. Even if they get close, I just feel like they're not doing it. Uh, it's crazy. A lot of people are just taking this punishment. So we'll see. But I mean, as far as pre-flop, I do agree with you that if you like Magomedov, I would take him. Plus 180 KO.
Yeah,
That's something I like better than minus 235. Because if he does, have show the same struggles or gasses out, then you're minus 235. Like, God damn it. Here, speaking about gassing out and stuff, we got Johnny Walker back again, baby. Johnny Walker fighting 21-8. We all know and love this guy. Entertaining, funny guy, knockout guy, but also gets knocked out guy. So
yeah.
he lost to Ankalaev
Keep going
here,
down.
and only
Yeah.
you go down. Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to see
Yeah,
who he
look at the
fought
people he's
last
lost. I
against.
mean, he's lost to who's.
No, yeah.
Oh, most recently he lost to Ankalaev.
Yeah, after going on a
So,
nice
and
little
then he beat
run,
Anthony Smith, Paul Craig. Sketch.
yeah, against the people like this mid tier, like Volkan, who's like been there, he's fought for the he's like long in the tooth. But then he can always catch you with a hot one to the dome and knock you out. Who, like you said, Walker is he likes to get knocked out sometimes, especially in some spots where you think he would win. He just all of a sudden gets slept. But I think Walker should take it just because really got a little bit more in the tank than Volkov.
Yeah, man. If you remember last time Volkov, he shocked the
Yeah,
world by winning by submission.
yeah, and that win looks way better now too, especially how because that Guskov is like on a nice little streak right now.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe there's a resurgence, or that's a little thing I'm super worried about. The odds are pickups pretty much right now.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that's dope. I think if Walker is serious, he should get this dub.
yeah, he better. But I got to take another stab. This is another one that's like, damn, I hate going to the well with it and getting burned. But I think at pickups, I'm taking Johnny Walker. I mean, he has it all, but if he keeps losing to now, like you said, these older guys or mid tier guys, then it really will shape his career into like the PFL.
But the thing is, like,
So
yeah, that's why I like him here because this is like his forte is to beat these kind of older mid tier guys. You know what I'm saying? When you give him a top 10, top 15, it might be all bad, but like somebody who's been there and it's like OG now, like yeah, a Walker should get it done purely on athleticism alone.
yeah, exactly, and just his like physical traits. Hey, but Johnny Walker in the PFL, that seems like it's more fitting. So I think that might
He could
be
be a
that might be the
champion.
vibe.
He could be a
Exactly,
champion.
like he has a shot over there. And you can make more money, my boy. So we'll see. Moving along here on this main card, we got Nine Mob versus Felipe Lima. This is an interesting setup. We got Lima,
Oh,
who's
this
this
guy
12
looks
and 1, 26-year-old prospect. Never been knocked out before. Never lost by decision. Only has one loss by submission.
never saw. This
But I
is
mean,
UFC debut too.
yep, he's from Octagon and looks like Fight Club, Brave. He's fought at all the regionals. Yeah, I don't know why this is kind of the main card. Like, interesting, right?
Well,
We got
also
Naimov
because
here.
they took one off, right? Or who knows what happened. Naimov, this guy, he's a beast. I'm gonna go with him purely off his chest hair. Even though didn't he lose his fight before? I think he lost. I think he's coming off a win, right? Oh no, he's undefeated.
Yeah, no, he lost on the Contender Series back in 2020, and then he lost in Titan FC once. And then since then, he's been winning. He's had 3 UFC fights and then won all 3, 2 by finish, and looks like 1 by decision against Nathaniel Wood. So that's a good win.
The solid
Um,
opponents right here too. Like those are solid, like mid tier guys
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
you're right. He was supposed to fight Melzik Bagdasarian. That's why I look familiar because I was looking for that fight to bet on when I was handicapping the card earlier, like the end of last week, and I was like, wait, they took it off the board. I was like, what's going on? And it wasn't fully canceled yet, but now it is. So it looks like this prospect, that's how he got on the main card. He just took this fight. Said, fuck it, bro. I don't even know what the odds are, so I don't have a bet on this for sure yet. Let me see. Felipe Lima. Oh, Naimov's minus 115 and Lima's minus 105. It's damn near pick'ems right now.
That's pretty good.
That's crazy. That means they're really respecting this kid too, right?
Well, for a young Brazilian cat, you always gotta see what's up with that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think the line. I'm trying to look at if there's any line movement that they like track, but yeah, I don't even think they have this up on the site I'd be using. Anyways, I'll figure that out. But
It's
yeah, off the top, just freestyling on this. I don't know. I mean, I think you have Naimov here. He has to be in my opinion. If I were to before I looked at the odds, like he has to be the fave. He's not taking the short notice. He's at home. He was supposed to be fighting already against Bagdasarian, who is a striker, and I think this kid's going to be striking as well. So I don't know, but at the same time, I don't know enough about this kid, and he might be the real deal if he's on this huge 12 fight win streak. You know what I'm saying? And he's not going to have to worry about the real regular submissions, like crazy Brazilian submissions. It's going to be more like, oh, you might get a rear naked choke here and there, but I don't think Naimov's going to be about that. So, but I'll take Naimov for the sake of the show. And at Pick'ems, I think it's a coin toss. And I think Naimov got a little better chance than a 50-50.
Yeah, this guy might have he might be faster with the speed, but I haven't seen him fight ever, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with Naimov. I know he's down for a dog fight, and also it's gonna be in the Middle East. He's UFC 3-0. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So go with what you know. Here we go. We got Kelvin Gastelum against D-Rock, Daniel Rodriguez. Man, I know you know something about this fight here. 18-9, one of your top fighters.
Is
that
170, right?
Out, that's one thing he got going for. Yep, 170. Crazy.
Yeah, last fight was against Sean Brady. I thought Gastelum was going to win that easy just because Sean Brady was looking like shit before, but he came out and looked really good. Yeah, like you said, still didn't get finished, right? Or he got tapped out?
Yeah, he got tapped out, but he's never been knocked out.
Yeah, but I feel D-Rod's not going to tap out Kelvin Gastelum. That's probably like imagine that.
Exactly.
That's no prop is crazy, but it's a sketch fight, man. Two guys who are just like some cholos. You feel me? They're gonna get down, fool. We're gonna bang it out. They say, but yeah, I'm gonna just have to go with the OG vet Gastelum on this one. Maybe he could get his dub at 170.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like he has more chance to win this, but
too.
No, I mean he's rightfully the favorite, but he always finds a way to shit the bed and blow it. I don't know, so
yeah, I know what you mean.
What's him by decision?
Gastelum by decision is minus 105, so they said it's the most likely outcome. Yeah, man, no, I like Gastelum as well. I mean, he's the rightful favorite. Technically, he's better all around. D-Raj is a tough ass dude, down to bang.
He's just down to throw putazos.
Yeah, but he's getting older. He's 37 now as well, and he's been facing some injuries. And you got to remember, I think he was fighting at 185 at one point, and he's had to shrink down to this 170 last few fights, I believe. But he hasn't been doing that well. He's just down to take the fight for the money. He's already said it, I'm fighting just for money. I don't give a fuck. Which is okay, but I think Gastelum's trying to get his second or maybe third win, and the UFC's kind of feeding him this, I think.
This is also his trying to get his first win at 170.
Yeah, so I like Gastelum.
Oh, no, he used to fight at 170, I think, right?
Yeah. He just got fat, but now he's fit again. He's I think his girlfriend's his trainer, right? Like his nutritionist trainer, like exercise trainer.
I got no clue, but yeah.
But look at the names that D-Rock has faced, like Ian Gary Machado last, Neil Magny.
He got good ass experience in there, but then he has good experience with the mid tiers compared to Gastelum, who's fought like champions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at the people he's fought. Everybody.
Yeah, I said, champions.
I think 260 is fair.
And then also he's the one who gave before. Alex Pereira. He's the one who gave Adesanya his hardest fight. Even though even in the Alex Pereira, the first fight, Izzy was still winning every fucking round until he got, the ref stopped it. And some say it was prematurely, you know what I mean? But he was like, so yeah. Gaslam actually had that fool, you know, dead, literally dead in that fight.
Yeah, I would also. I'm looking at this too. For those that have bet online, since we look at those lines right now, they have a point spread,
Yeah.
and I actually think Gastelum at -3.5 points. I think he's live to win this, like unanimous, even 30-27.
Yeah.
Or I think he could finish the fight,
Also,
possibly as well. So
it all
I think
depends.
it's different.
All depends how they look at the weigh-ins too, because Gaslam's always a sketch for weighing.
Yeah, both these guys at 170 can be sketch.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah, I
then
know what you mean.
Gaslam be getting sick. He be getting staff. You know what I'm saying? He's always pulling out for some random ass shit.
Yeah, so we gotta see it. I don't see the line moving too crazy. But obviously Gaston in a parlay piece would be good as well.
Yeah.
But I think I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
find
do.
on that -3.5 points.
I'm gonna do him and Nazareth, him and his twin.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. The brothers, the brothers. All right, here we go. We got the co-main event here, and this is probably
Mm.
what I'm gonna pair up with Gastelum over here. We got Sergey Popovich against Volkov, and I think this is a banger, potential big fight of the night possibilities. Um, yeah, I like this fight a lot. We got these two guys, and I'll just start off with the odds here because it kind of matters with these big boys, even more so. Okay, we got Palpovich at -220 and Volkov at +185. So it is kind of a wide line. Sergey, if you remember, 18-2, he's was a monster. Everyone was scared of. Obviously, knockout guy, but Tom Aspinall finished him with the quickness, and then his stock kind of went down. But before that, he was finishing fools, and people were
Yeah.
talking about he's going to be champion, and all this stuff, right? So then you got Volkov, who's like OG, been there, raw, more technically sound in the striking, much taller, 6'7". But he's 35, not crazy old, but he is getting on the older side here. And
He's on a
most recently, though, he's
resurgence.
been on a crazy, awesome run. He's only lost to the top dudes, Aspinall and Cyril Gahn. Like, other than that, he's beaten everyone else. Granted, it's not like these three guys aren't the best fighters in the heavyweight division, but, he's proven
Their
like he can
wins.
finish these guys easily.
Yep.
Yeah, and he did it easily. So
No, yeah.
this is the banger, man. I hate to go with Palpovich here at -220 because I do think it's a little pricey. But I'm going to pair him up with Gastelum as a parlay.
What's
And
what's
I think
what's Pavlich by a knockout?
that's the most likely outcome I think they put, and that is
Because I feel like that's how you're gonna
minus
win. If you don't,
160.
yeah, if you
Ew,
don't,
brother.
if he don't get if he doesn't get what's his name
Volkov out.
Volkov out like out of the first round, early second, I think Volkov could take that fight.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I don't blame nobody as far as a price, like straight bet price. I don't blame anyone if they take Volkov because Volkov as an underdog is always live. He's a way, like you said, the comparison is way better technical striker, taller, more reach. He could defend the takedowns if there's any takedowns, and Pavlovich doesn't even wrestle like that. But I mean, he could, but he does not a wrestler. So it's like, Volkov is definitely live. Like you said, out of the first, it's going to be sketchy for people like me with Popovich in a parlay or something. It's going to be sketchy. But I'm also not paying -160 for a knockout because anything can happen. -160, they're really juicing it. That's crazy. But yeah, I think Volkov's also live, but I'll take Pavlovich here just because I think off a loss, I think Pavlovich is going to be looking to really bounce back and get back on track here. And this is probably the best person Volkov fought in a while, like recently at least, not before. He's fought the who's obviously, but recently he's fought some weak competition. So that's why I'm going with him. And you're going with Volkov here. Finally,
No, I'm going with Sergey.
oh, okay. But Volkov is live. We do agree that Volkov is
Yeah,
live.
I just meant like if Sergey doesn't get Volkov out like in the first or early second, Volkov will probably take it. But yeah, I'm going with Sergey.
Sergey, since it's June, let's go.
Sergey.
Robert Whitaker, the man,
Robert
against Ikra.
Whitaker. Robert
I mean,
Whitaker.
is there much to say? This guy, he's a little racially vague.
The
but
legend.
25-7, a legend, 33 years old, man, but damn near 40 plus in MMA age. Like he's fought everybody, been around the block, probably near retirement at this point.
For
But
sure.
he's pretty much performed. I mean, the only person he can't beat is Israel Adesanya, and he lost to DDP, which who's the champ.
Yep.
So
Damn, I
everyone
can't
else
believe
he's
he
beat.
lost that fight. We were there.
Got knocked out too.
That's crazy.
Off
But
a jab.
that's like Whitaker's thing now. If he doesn't finish you with that blitz in the first round, second, he kind of starts to like fall off, and then I feel like this guy could like maybe try to win it, but like try to take it from that. You know what I'm saying? Wear Whitaker down, get him against the fence, take him down or whatever. But I feel like Whitaker could finish him though.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. Obviously, these type of guys and this guy, Aliskerov, could always wrestle, and he probably should wrestle against Whitaker and not make it like a point fighting match because Whitaker's been good at that, and he's pretty decently durable. I mean, I know he got knocked out recently, but for the most part in his career, he doesn't always get knocked out. He's not known to be chinny, but it's the end of his
Yeah,
career, so who knows? But this guy
but
here, his
then
only loss is through knockout,
yeah,
which was against Kamzat in the first
and then
round. On the
and
yeah.
then luckily Whitaker's been training for this type of fight, so you know what I'm saying. Like you said, it could be like comes out Chimaev light or whatever, but yeah, so it's like he just changed the name, but I feel like it's the same type of fighter.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the Whitaker fight and the Kamza, it was no way that he was just gonna finish Kamza right away. He was gonna have to finish that in the later rounds because that's where Kamza becomes like just whatever. But that first few minutes, Kamza is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not a
Yeah.
grappler, it's like oh shit, like what he did to Kevin Holland. So yeah, I think I gotta have to go with the OG legend. What's the finish? Prop? Did you tell me that or no?
Oh
Am
yeah,
I tripping?
I haven't told you the odds for this. So Whitaker's about a minus 140, 130,
Oh, that's not bad. That's a lot of respect for the
Yeah, and
Ikram.
Ikram's plus 120. So yeah, and then as far as what you said, Whitaker knockout,
Yeah.
that's plus 215, and the most likely
Ooh.
outcome for him. It looks like.
Hey, what's crazy is Ikram dude was just what minus 1,500 to a plus 200. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, some people will be like, "That's value right there." Just the fact that I mean, granted, Whitaker is like 1,000 times better than
Yeah,
Foley or whatever, but
for sure.
it reflects on the odds. I don't know if I'm falling into a trap bet, just be liking Whitaker, but I think when I saw the price tag, I got him at 130 minus 130, and I'm like what the? I feel like it's a trap bet, but I'm falling for it, man. I'm going Whitaker here, minus 130, minus 140. It's just like when do you get him at this type of price unless he's going against the champ right now? I guess he was the favorite in that fight against DDP, by the way, like a huge
Yep.
favorite.
Yeah, like
So
plus two some or maybe even plus 300.
yeah, so I'm going Whitaker here. I think it's a cheap price, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be clencher buttholes for sure.
Hobart Whitaker. Hobart Whitaker. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going with what's that fool's nickname?
Oh, the Reaper.
The Reaper. Bobby
Not to be mixed up
Knuckles.
with the
The Creeper.
with, with the other R word.
Oh. But yeah, going with Bobby
Quack,
Knuckles,
quack,
man.
quack, quack, quack.
I'm going with the Knuckles, man. Saudi
Bobby Knuckles,
Arabia.
me too.
I'm glad this
Let's
is an early
go.
card also.
Yes. Hey, it's prelims, early prelims, 9 a.m. Pacific. You know what else is on at 9 a.m. Pacific? Freaking
Yeah.
what is it? Is it Bellator Championship
And
Series?
then PFL on Friday, right? Or Thursday.
Friday. PFL's on
Mhm.
Friday, week 5. Yeah, tune in. I've been kind of enjoying it because it's getting to the point right before the playoffs. So
Oh yeah,
a lot of these guys have to finish at a certain time in a certain round to make it.
also the headlines Clay Carler Greens. Remember we was at his last fight?
Yeah.
Sitting
Hey,
next to his
HBK again.
wife at that.
Oh yeah, she was behind us. She's like, "Yeah, sorry, I'm cheering so loud." It's like, "No, we're cheering too. Go Clay."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that Clay Collar's headlining, that's huge for him. And I also just letting you guys know I'm been on Clay Collar as a parlay piece. He's a pretty big favorite. There's a lot of how it is with PFL and Bellator, favorite. But you got Patricky Pitbull fighting again, Impa Kasenganang, co-main event, Rob Wilkinson. So you got some good stuff, man. Sadabu C, you got a lot more names, man, on this card because of the combination
Oh, yeah, it's
of
decent.
people. Dirty Sanchez opening up the card on like one of the early fights. Andrew Sanchez. So yeah, so check that out. I'll definitely be tapped in on that. Sad to say, my boy Thiago Santos went out sad. Just horrible for him. I mean, I capitalized, but still, man, I'm a big fan of his. So sad to see the spiral downhill for Thiago. Man. But yeah, man. Any last words to people? Oh yeah, we're supposed to hit the best bets. We got to redeem ourselves
Yeah, we gotta do our
here.
bets.
Yeah, man. We gotta bounce back hard here on this week. What do you got, bro?
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do like I said, I'm gonna do the brother parlay, Gastelum and Hazrat.
Castellum and Hazard. Yep.
I'm gonna do a Russian parlay with Renat, uh, Magomedov, Shara Magomedov, and
Sure.
Sergey.
Palpovich. All right.
And then that's the second one, huh?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna do a straight up bet Johnny Walker,
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that.
and then a straight up bet Robert Whitaker.
Damn, man. I hate to give people the same thing, but that's those are the ones I like right there as well. Walker and Whitaker, the two W's to get W's.
Hey,
Let's see here. Let's see what I can get y'all. Well, I gotta go. I mean, Walker, I was already gonna go with. I already bet on him. Walker, he's minus 115 right now. Pick'ems, I think Walker is solid. Let me see before I pull out Whitaker. What else would I give y'all that I feel good about or already fired on? Oh yeah, I'm going with parlay Gastelum and Palpovich as a parlay. Gastelum. What else do I like here? Oh yeah, I'll do it for y'all just because the big dog here. Nicholas Dalby plus 275.
dog easy.
You go big or go home. And oh, sorry, I need to put y'all right here. Yep. And last but not least, I got to do it. Bobby Knuckles. I mean, it's hard not to. There's not that many on the card that I love. But Bobby Knuckles here at minus 130, 140, put 135 in between. But yeah, I think it's too good to pass up right now. And he doesn't have that many fights left. The value has to be there. But hopefully we bounce back here and get some stuff going because that was
Real.
a sad card last week. But then
Oh
we got
man,
International Fight Week coming up. So
which
let's
is
go.
now a different card. Now they added what Ortega versus Lopez. Very interesting fight.
Very interesting fight. Very interesting fight. And they also
And then
obviously we
now
know the
the
headliner
first a
Pereira.
new main event: Alex Pereira versus Yuri, which is I don't know. We'll see.
we'll see. But I'll tell you right now, I already I like Pereira, but a lot of people like Yuri too. It's up in
Yeah,
the air. It could happen either way. And then the
it,
last Ian Gary Machado, Michael Page, and
that's
then
the first fight of the card now. That's crazy.
yup, and then the one that is not. I don't even know why it's on the it should have opened or been the second card, but Carlos Olberg against Anthony Smith because Anthony Smith took a short notice position
Yeah.
for Jamal Hill. So I understand. He said he's the fraud checker. I'm just letting you know now he's plus 375.
Hey man, the thing is with Olberg, if he doesn't get you out with that fast ass shit in the beginning, sometimes it's all
Yeah.
bad. And Smith, like
You get him
Olberg,
on
like
the ground.
yeah, the thing Olberg is like more speed. You know what I'm saying? So he could get you like. It's not like his power isn't like. Man, he does have the power, of course. He's been knocking fools out, but I feel like it's not like Khalil Roundtree or something
Yeah.
like that.
He's just pretty.
So I feel like if
Oh,
Anthony Smith got to make that fight like dirty and just like try to drag him around and shit like that.
if he gets to the ground, man, you already know. It's not even a competition. Anthony Smith is like light years better.
Yeah, and it was crazy. If Anthony Smith could win that fight, he could try to call out Pereira because they got beef too. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, go to sleep real quick.
Hey,
But
it was
hey,
just more fights for Alex. Fuck it.
fuck yeah, greatness, baby. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. We'll talk about the card next week. Maybe bring on a guest or something. to switch it up and give us some good juju.
Oh yeah, for the Connor fight, yeah, got to bring on the hype killer. Where you at, hype? Where you at, hype, pussy?
But yeah, until the next time, we're out here. Thanks for joining the Smoke Out.